Every year, motorcycle fans wait to see which models will push design, comfort, and performance further. And 2026 might be one of Honda's most quietly revolutionary years yet. Today, we're diving into 12 new and updated Honda motorcycles for 2026. And trust me, number 1 brings a change that riders will be talking about all year. Number 12, Honda Shadow Phantom. The Shadow Phantom enters 2026 with a darker, more aggressive presence that immediately grabs attention. The all-black finish covers the tank, frame, fenders, and engine casings, giving the Phantom a unified, stealth-like appearance. Chrome accents are refined rather than flashy, letting the bike lean fully into its stripped-down cruiser identity. The V-twin engine continues to deliver smooth, low-end torque, but Honda has optimized throttle response to make city riding more controlled. Riders who enjoy slow, relaxed cruising will especially appreciate how predictable the throttle feels during tight maneuvers or slow rolls through scenic roads. Comfort updates include firmer suspension tuning, enhanced seat padding, and more relaxed handlebar ergonomics. Despite its muscular look, the bike is surprisingly manageable thanks to its balanced weight distribution. Priced near $9,200, the Shadow Phantom stands out as a cruiser that blends classic appeal with modern refinement. And this marks the turning point where Honda's lineup becomes increasingly performance-focused. Number 11. Honda Rebel 500. The Rebel 500 steps into 2026 with one of its most cohesive updates ever. The tank is slimmer at the top but fuller in the midsection, offering a more natural grip and a more sculpted appearance. The sharper LED headlight and indicator setup gives the front end a clean, confident look. Underneath the styling, the parallel twin engine is tuned for stronger low-end torque and smoother overall delivery. City riding becomes effortless, highway acceleration feels cleaner, and throttle precision provides riders with more confidence in tight traffic situations. Cooling performance also receives attention, making the bike more comfortable in warm environments. Comfort improvements include revised suspension that softens harsh bumps without sacrificing stability, redesigned seat padding for longer rides, and handlebar positioning that encourages a naturally relaxed posture. At around $6,800, the Rebel 500 becomes one of Honda's most balanced motorcycles, affordable, stylish, beginner-friendly, and reliable enough for everyday riders. It stands at the top not because it's the most powerful machine, but because it blends modern refinement with practical usability in a way few motorcycles can match. Number 10. Honda Rebel 300. The Rebel 300 enters 2026 with a refreshed presence that instantly feels more mature. Honda didn't try to reinvent the model, instead, they sharpened its identity. The body panels sit tighter, the tank carries smoother shaping, and the lighting now blends into the frame with a modern feel. That iconic low stance remains untouched, yet the bike feels cleaner, almost as if it has been given a subtle, thoughtful restyle. Under the surface, Honda focused on what everyday riders asked for. The single-cylinder engine stays the same size, but delivers noticeably smoother throttle response. Low-speed riding, especially through tight traffic, school zones, or crowded downtown streets, feels calmer and more controlled. The hesitation many new riders experienced has been softened, giving the bike a predictable, almost friendly personality. A firmer suspension setup helps the Rebel sit more confidently on cracked city roads, and Honda has slightly reshaped the seat to make reach and stability easier for short and tall riders alike. Despite these improvements, The price remains near $5,300, keeping the Rebel 300 accessible for beginners or anyone needing a relaxed, low-maintenance commuter. And here's the real hook. As you move up this list, you'll see how Honda's changes across the lineup start forming a pattern, a shift toward refinement, comfort, and consistency. Number 9. Honda CB1000F. The CB1000F steps into 2026 wearing sharper lines and a Street Fighter attitude that looks ready to challenge the midweight and liter segments. The front end is more modern, with a redesigned LED assembly that finally gives it a premium appearance. The tank's reshaped profile flows into an updated tail section, creating a better visual balance compared to previous versions. Weighing in around 485 pounds, the bike sits in that sweet spot where size meets maneuverability. Honda improved the fueling to deliver predictable power in the low and mid ranges, something riders will appreciate during tight city navigation or spirited weekend rides. Heat management also sees improvements, making the bike more comfortable in slow, congested environments. Suspension tweaks create a firmer, more confidence-inspiring chassis feel. The fork dives less under braking, and the rear shock holds the bike stable on broken pavement. The brighter digital display solves a long-standing complaint about visibility in direct sunlight. At around $13,000, the CB1000F makes a case for being a refined big bike that doesn't overwhelm its rider. And yet, the real excitement comes from noticing how Honda has begun sharpening the identity of each segment, especially as we approach the touring and adventure categories further up this list. Number 8. Honda NT 1100. Adventure touring riders will notice the 2026 NT 1100 immediately. The front profile is sleeker, with slimmer side panels and a more aerodynamic windscreen line that cuts through air more efficiently. Honda didn't just refine the look, they refined how the bike feels at highway speeds. Even at 525 pounds, the NT 1100 remains surprisingly manageable, especially during lane changes or tricky parking situations. The parallel twin engine retains its reliable personality, but gains smoother throttle control for long-distance riding. Whether climbing through winding mountain roads or merging onto a busy interstate, the NT 1100 delivers power with calm consistency. Honda introduced revised fork settings that lighten the steering feel, allowing the front end to respond more naturally at both low and high speeds. The rear shock is also tuned to keep the bike collected even when carrying luggage or passengers. And this is where many riders will feel the biggest improvement over previous models. With an expected price near $14,800, the NT 1100 positions itself as a practical, comfortable touring machine with long-term value. But the real curiosity lies in the fact that Honda seems to be preparing their touring lineup for bigger changes ahead, something that becomes more clear when we reach the number 2 spot. Number 7. Honda Shadow Aero. The Shadow Aero arrives with subtle but meaningful updates for cruiser fans. The exterior maintains its classic appeal, yet the trim pieces feel crisper and the fenders have been cleaned up for a more polished silhouette. Chrome accents shine deeper, and the tank flows smoothly along the frame, giving the bike a timeless, almost cinematic look. At 561 pounds, the bike carries traditional cruiser weight but remains steady at low speeds, ideal for relaxed weekend rides. The V-twin engine retains its calm personality, but Honda refined the throttle to deliver smoother engagement in slow downtown traffic. There's no sudden surge of power, No jumpiness, just steady, confident pull. The rear suspension is slightly firmer, reducing bounce on rough streets. The seat padding has been improved as well, making long rides more enjoyable without drastically altering the cruiser posture that Shadow riders love. Priced near $8,200, the Shadow Aero delivers classic charm without high maintenance demands. And it raises an interesting question for cruiser fans. How does Honda keep refining such simple machines without losing their charm? The answer becomes clearer as we continue upward. Number 6. Honda NX 500. Compact, modern, and precise. That's the identity the NX 500 embraces for 2026. The sharper front shape and streamlined bodywork make the bike look far more contemporary than before. The headlights sit deeper into the fairing, giving the front end a focused expression. At around 426 pounds, the NX 500 remains one of the easiest motorcycles in its class to control. Honda recalibrated the parallel twin engine to deliver smoother throttle feel, especially in mid-range acceleration. The bike responds predictably during corner exits or quick overtakes, making it an excellent daily motorcycle. The revised suspension adds stability without stiffening the ride too much. Meanwhile, the reshaped seat improves comfort for longer journeys while retaining a manageable seat height. With a price target around $7,500, the NX 500 becomes a strong choice for riders who want versatility without the bulk of an adventure bike. And here's the hook. From this point forward, the updates across Honda's lineup begin layering more personality, more power, and more purpose. Number 5. Honda Rebel 1100. One of Honda's most interesting cruisers, the Rebel 1100, enters 2026 with styling that carefully blends modern minimalism with classic attitude. The reshaped tank flows better into the seat and frame, while the LED headlight gains a sharper edge that gives the front a more serious presence. Tighter side panels make the bike look more compact, almost athletic. The parallel twin receives tuning that enhances low and mid-range performance, making the Rebel 1100 feel both relaxed and capable, depending on how you twist the throttle. Commuting is effortless, highway merging feels smoother, and heat management has been improved to reduce discomfort in gridlock traffic. Suspension refinements soften the ride without sacrificing stability. At roughly $10,500, the Rebel 1100 presents itself as a cruiser built for riders who want power without an intimidating learning curve. And the subtle improvements hint that Honda is listening closely to rider feedback, something you'll see become even more pronounced as we climb to the top motorcycles of 2026. Number 4. Honda CB 500X. Adventure enthusiasts will appreciate how Honda sharpened the identity of the CB 500X this year. The taller front fairing, sculpted tank, and streamlined side panels create a bike that looks more prepared for exploration. Updated LED headlights give the bike an assertive stance, and the new color options highlight the angular bodywork. The parallel twin engine remains one of the most reliable in Honda's lineup, now tuned for smoother power delivery in the low and mid-range. Riders will notice how effortlessly it handles both urban errands and open highway stretches. Cooling performance has also been subtly improved, something city commuters in hot climates will appreciate. Honda adjusted the suspension for increased stability over uneven roads, while the reshaped seat provides better weight distribution on longer rides. Wider mirrors improve visibility, and the handlebar position now feels more commanding. With a price near $7,800, the CB500X hits that practical, durable sweet spot. And as we approach the final 5 models, each bike shows an increasingly bold identity, as if Honda saved the strongest statements for the upper tier. Number 3. Honda Africa Twin. The Africa Twin continues its legacy as one of the most capable adventure motorcycles in its class, and the 2026 model reinforces that status. The taller front fairing offers improved wind protection, while the sharper LED setup gives the bike a commanding presence. The fuel tank is sculpted for confident grip during off-road standing, and the side panels feature tighter fitment to improve durability and appearance. The parallel twin engine, already known for its reliability, is tuned for smoother power transitions. Riders will notice improved balance between torque delivery and throttle precision on both city roads and rugged terrain. Heat management remains strong, making extended journeys far more comfortable. Honda improved rider comfort with a reshaped seat and firmer suspension damping that maintains smoothness even on rough trails. With a price around $14,800, the Africa Twin continues to be a premium adventure machine built for riders who want versatility across terrains. Yet what's most interesting is how Honda's touring and cruiser models, especially the upcoming Goldwing, show a broader strategy to elevate rider comfort in every category. Number 2. Honda SCL 500. Sporty, stylish, and built for practicality, the SCL 500 emerges in 2026 with a design that feels significantly more modern. The tank is shaped with sharper lines, the side panels are streamlined, and the LED headlight has a compact brightness that enhances the bike's visual identity. This is still a single-cylinder machine, but Honda tuned it for stronger low-end torque and more predictable power delivery. Navigating busy streets becomes easier, and throttle response feels immediate without being abrupt. Cooling efficiency also sees improvements, keeping temperatures stable during stop-and-go traffic. Comfort updates include a firmer yet smoother suspension setup, improved seat padding, and a more natural handlebar position. With a price around $6,500, the SCL 500 positions itself as an ideal city-friendly motorcycle for riders who want agility and modern styling without stepping into the heavyweight category. Number 1. Honda Goldwing. Few motorcycles command presence like the Goldwing, and the 2026 model elevates that reputation even further. The front fairing is sculpted more boldly, while the LED headlights shine brighter and farther, improving nighttime confidence. The bodywork transitions more seamlessly from front to back, giving the Goldwing a refined, cohesive visual flow. The legendary flat-six engine continues to deliver effortless power, now tuned to provide stronger low and mid-range performance. Throttle response is smoother and more controlled, making long-distance touring even more enjoyable. The engine remains cool under demanding conditions, and vibration is nearly absent, which is a hallmark of the Goldwing experience. Honda refined the suspension to offer superior comfort over imperfect roads without compromising stability. With an estimated price around $24,000, the Goldwing remains the benchmark for luxury touring motorcycles. But although this machine might be the king of long-distance travel, the number 1 spot on this list offers a different kind of appeal, one built around accessibility, style, and everyday usability. And that completes our deep look into the 12 new and updated Honda motorcycles shaping the 2026 lineup. Each model carries its own personality, but together they paint a clear picture. Honda is pushing refinement, comfort, and rider-focused engineering across every category.